Hi guys, welcome back to Reboxing, and today we have a reboxing for Viscounts of the West Kingdom. So before I get started, let me take everything out and show you guys how to put it back in again. So yeah, let's go. Alright, welcome back. So here I have everything laid out for you guys. So I'll be slowly putting this all back into the box and show you guys how or why I arrange certain stuff certain way. Okay, so just a brief rundown of the components here, and as well as the box that comes with the collector's edition. So yeah, basically when I first saw this, I was quite excited to see that we actually have a circular component that is made just for the this castle over here. So that's pretty cool. And but then I realized that actually this is I'm not sure how it was designed, but I think some of the components don't really have a place to go. That's my opinion. And also I would like to show you guys what I put underneath. So these are actually the player mats that comes with the base game. So these are the ones made of cardstock. So I don't want to throw them away, so I just put it over here and just right under the insert. That's for the inserts. So after which I will show you guys all these components. So let's start off with the cards here. So these cards over here, they are the smaller cards, which has your deeds, your debts, your castle gold cards, and followed by your next standard size cards here. So we have your different villages here, or your townsfolk, and these are in 1 and 2 stacks. So this is a combination of the townsfolk as well as the AI cards. So I will go through them later on as I'm putting them in. And these are your sort of the battle or hero kind of townsfolk cards, as well as the others which are your outsider cards, which is comes with the new expansion. So we have here the first player marker and the castle here, as well as the different chest tiles and the manuscripts, and these 3 new buildings that you can build. That's, if I'm not wrong, comes with the Keeper of Keys, or sorry, the Gates of Gold, I think. Yeah. So as well as the starter manuscript board, the main board for the game, as well as the player sheets or player mats, as well as some of the rulebooks will be underneath here. And then we have the resources here. The I believe it's ink over here, and some stones and some gold over here. And these are your money tokens and your 4 player tokens. So these are your meeples or your workers, which goes into the castle and your different type of building. Yeah, so yeah, you get the idea. So we have all these in the piles here, as well as their own virtue and the black track, which I forgot what it's called, but yep, as well as our Viscounts here. And yeah, so basically I would be putting this in first, but as I go through how to put it in, I'll be also kind of complaining, or rather giving some feedbacks about how some of the pieces actually fit, which is a bit weird and I don't really get it. I've watched the Shem Phillips version of the sort of reboxing, and they are where they are supposed to be, but yeah, I'm not too sure what's wrong. So okay, either way, I'll just lay this on top so that you can see it clearly. And you can see that we have 4 slots over here. So these 4 slots will be for your Viscounts and your basically the player tokens. So I've actually tried to put this or arrange this in a way that it kind of fits this way. Hopefully you can see it. So yeah, and it's because that this flag here is really it's quite thin, so I don't want to risk breaking it, so I'll just try to put it in the same way like so. And then I'll put the smaller pieces here, all your different workers. So I'll just demo for one and I'll just speed up the video for the rest. And we have all these different workers. Here you can see I chose to put the smaller one in first because it's actually quite it doesn't actually have much room, much other room to play with. So you can see that we have some space over here, so that's where I put these two markers here, just right like this inside, and then the rest I kind of just pour it on top. Yes, so for the architects, I've actually recommended using ziplocs or baggies to actually store your components, so that it's easy for you to just take it out and use it. But in this case, the shape is actually quite awkward, so I'm not too sure if a bag will actually help, because right after the architect's video I tried to put it in some bags, and it's actually a bit harder to fit it back into the slot. Yeah, because of the bag, so the components kind of is like limited by the bag, the space that the bag can fit. So yeah, and this is an even more awkward shape, so I would say you would have to live with it, because it's kind of hard to kind of dig everything out from here. Yeah, because the hole is just not very wide for your fingers to go in. So yeah, the rest, the next goes all the buildings. So we have the small buildings, the sharp buildings, and the tall round buildings. So this goes here, and yeah, you do have to kind of work it to make sure that everything kind of fits and it's not protruding. So this will be a good one. So you can see here, yeah, it's actually fitting okay here, and then we'll do the same for the rest. Okay, so now that all the pieces are in, I can actually put my box here, and then next would be all over here, all the different slots here for the manuscripts as well as the chest house. So yeah, it's a bit toppled here, but okay. So let's start off with the manuscripts, and here we have, starting off with all the ones from Keepers of Keys. So you can see that you have this token here. So, and we do have some that is from Gates of Gold. Okay, so all these I will actually stack them together like this, and then put it just like this, right on top. And then we do have a white color one, which actually comes with, so it's in the punch board, and I guess that I can actually use it as a bookmark to show that these are the new ones. And then I'll just fit the rest back inside normally, like this. So these are all the ones from the base game. And like this, and the rest here. So the manuscript actually fits quite well, in the sense that we do have enough space over here. So you can see it's actually very nice, well fitted. And then we come to the chest house. So I do have a white one here, which kind of not have anywhere else to go. So these are the ones from your Keepers of Keys. So we have one that is a smaller stack as compared to the other one. So the smaller stack, we actually put it in the smaller spot here, just like this. And the rest that's over here, they don't actually come with any sort of icons to differentiate where they came from. So yeah, I believe the yeah, anyway, this just goes here. So yeah, I believe the collector box actually came with a few, if I'm not wrong. So you guys can watch the unboxing to find out. Yeah, so those are actually just mixed in, and yeah, that's basically it for the for this. So okay, let me just tidy this up. So next will be the castle. So for this, I actually just put it like this in the middle, because there's no dedicated space for it. So what you have to be careful over here is that the ridges here, and This is just dropped off. So you don't have to be careful of this spot here to make sure that it's kind of like this, or at least in the middle when you put it in, or at least like don't just smash it down, like do like kind of give it a tilt so that you don't end up pushing onto the token. Okay, so now this is fitted nicely, and then let's put in the cards next. So let's start with the smallest one. So this is very easy. This is all your let's give a quick run through. These are your sort of castle leader cards. This including the ones from the base game, as well as the upgraded ones for variety. I think this one is for the base game. Yeah, the double-sided one is for the base game, and the rest are the, not sure which expansion they come from, but yep. So these are the sort of bonus that you get for completing I think 3 manuscripts. These are your deed cards, as well as the dead cards. And then we have some of the bonus you get for building 3 different buildings, as well as 3 of the same building here, and some multiplier cards over here. Yep, so all these actually go to the smallest spot. So there's 4 card slots here. You just put it in the smallest. So this one goes here. So it does have a nice hole here or notch here to actually stick your finger in and to get everything out. So that's nice. And next, let's go through this pile. Okay, so we do have the these are the ones that you use during setup, and then it turns to your sort of player aid. So these are all here, and followed by all these which you need to use during your setup, which I've just put it together. So these are the ones for the prosperity and poverty cards, which are also used during setup. So they are all at the top, and these are the building sort of the special building cards for these 3 buildings here. And then followed by our outsider cards and the King's Order cards over here. So all these I've actually put it in one stack here. Okay, so the next one would be this, which includes our I'm going to call it a hero. I'm not sure what's the actual name for it. So these are the hero cards. So these do come with the brown banner. So that's one. And then these are our player ones, which has our individual colors. So this is the yellow stack and the green stack, the blue stack, as well as the red stack. So these two stay at the bottom. Yeah, because you do need this for the setup. This together with this one. Yeah, so they do come in a pair, then you just kind of like pick. So the player just do reverse order picking of which pair of starting resources and heroes that they want. So yeah, you basically need this during setup, this, and as well as this, which you give to the different players. There's also an upgraded one here. So this is from Keepers of Keys, and we have 3 here, which replaces the original one. So like these 2 is the same, and they do actually give you slightly different things. Yeah, so these 3 I do like just leave them on top, yeah, of each player's stack. Okay, so all this goes here, and the next stack is a bit special because we do have this. You can see there are 3 more chest tiles, and if you recall just now, there's no extra space for these 3, so I've put it here, which I'll explain to you in a bit. So all these are the normal townsfolk card. You can identify it by the black banner. So these are this pile and this pile is actually the same, but then there's way too much cards, so I've actually split it over to the next kind of slot. So these are actually from the Gates of Gold, and I think we have some, yeah, all this is from Gates of Gold. And next, this pile. So these 3 are actually the chest tiles for the AI player. So these are actually black in color for the chest. The normal ones are actually brown. So we have 3 here. which have no place to go, so I've decided to put it together with all these AI cards. And we have this new, one of it is a new one that incorporates the different mechanics for the expansions. So these are all the cards here, and I put them in one, this one AI pile. So this, if I'm going to play solo or include the AI, so this is all that I need. So I'll put this here in this corner, and then this I will just lay it on top like so, and then the rest I will just put it on top. Yeah, so this way, as I'm playing with it, or as I'm setting up, so you can actually see from here. Let me give you guys a good view. So you can see that I actually have a notch here to easily differentiate which are the ones that is for the sort of non-AI play. So yeah, or at least I can see it like from this angle. Not sure if you guys can see it, but yeah, somewhere over here. Yeah, so this makes setting up a bit easy, as in slightly easier. So all these are our townsfolk, which is our keepers of key here. So yeah, actually have this in different stacks here. So yeah, in this case, we can't actually shuffle everything in because these are actually spread out between the different parts, or the different different areas of the board. So they do have to be separated almost equally. So if you want, you can still shuffle them in. And let's say if you're not playing with keepers of keys, you just sort of discard it if you see it. Yeah, I think that's one way to speed up rather than having to, you know, separate it every time. Otherwise, yeah, you will have to like separate it after every play. So these are all the townsfolk, so I'll just put them over here. So this settles all the cards. And for this, which is a bit awkward, they are actually over here, which they don't really fit very well. They kind of just happen to fit. Yeah. And also you realize that we do have 3 different resources here, but then we only have, let me push everything over. So we actually have 3 resources, but you see that we are only left with 2 slots. So yeah, I found it a bit weird. So that's when I start looking up YouTube to see if or how other people arranged it. So, and I've only so far viewed Shem Phillips one. So he actually just mixed all the resources together. So but instead of that, what I did is to put the ink in one of the slots, and put the stones in another slot. And then for the gold, I'll actually split half. Yeah, so that's how I actually arrange my resources. So you can actually like just bring out this whole thing and use this area as a sort of resource holders. So yeah, once again, really nice cupcake holders, or cupcake molds to hold your resource. So yeah, so why I did it this way is because I don't want to mix everything together, because the black and the gray are kind of similar color, so it won't be as easy to recognize or to split apart. But in this case, you can obviously see that this is the ink one and this is the stone one. And if you need gold, you just take from either pile, which is easy to see because they are bright orange in color. So yeah, that's how I actually split the resources. And next, we are coming to the end. We have these are the game boards, which is modular, and you can actually mix and match so that you have a slightly different game every time. So I actually put a flat side down here. Okay, so that's when all these things should be flushed so that you don't poke into the game board. And then we actually have all this. So these are the starter manuscript boards, which I'll just put it kind of like that, like kind of just fit it in. Yeah, because there isn't really a space dedicated for this, unless it's here. Yeah, but then yeah, I mean it works, but but I need that space for something else. So yeah, so this would kind of just fit like this, and then the rest actually goes on top. You can see that all these are your player mats, so I actually put them here in first. So this, at this point of time, this is actually flush to this spine here. So all the books, all your rulebooks, your base game, Gates of Gold, and your Keepers of Keys, these just go on top like this. So what I do is I leave this thicker part of the book in the slot here, so that they don't take up even more space when I try to close the box. Okay, yeah, like this. And then the last part, we have our money tokens. We just kind of put it in like this and squeeze it in. So yeah, there's not much space for it anyway. So yeah, so this is how you actually rebox Viscounts of the West Kingdom. So yeah, I would say that this is not a really very ingenious way. Felt like it could have been done better, and maybe more planning for the different spots on the, especially the chest house and the resources. They could have easily given us another slot for the resources, but I'm not sure why they didn't. The resources, they are not a lot as compared to architects, which there's actually quite a few. So in this case, they can actually just do 3 slots, and then it's easy, and they don't have to make it super deep as well. And yeah, the cards again, from paladins to, from architects to this, I think the card slots are always very I guess up to you, in the sense that how you want to arrange it, but they just give enough to store everything. But you do kind of have to mix and match some of the different cards together. And yeah, so that's how I arrange it, because I rarely do play with the solo. I would love to try it, because I've heard that it will be interesting if we can play like a 2-player game with the solo character, to kind of mix up the gameplay a bit, because maybe in a 2-player game things are not as tight. So maybe if add an AI, then it kind of like changes up the dynamics of the game a bit more. So yeah, and yeah, I really don't like how the chest tiles wasn't taken care of, and so I just had to like put it together with the solo text. But fortunately, the chest tiles, the 3 chest tiles is actually just nice, the size of 1 card. And yeah, if you haven't realized, all the cards here are sleeved, and I'm using the Sleeve Kings 60 microns, I think, sleeves. So yeah, and they all fit just nice, and I feel that they could have done more with the castle. And yeah, but I mean, this is not bad. And also the player tokens could have been done better as well, such as easier to scoop it up at least. And I understand how they want to do it, it's interesting, but then it's not really easy to take out everything. And this has been the trend from the paladins, with the, I believe, the 4 kind of 4 compartment layout. So that was really difficult to take out. So that's when I actually recommend putting them in Ziploc bags. So I realized that I filmed that, but I haven't actually edited it. So yeah, you're probably going to hear this for the first time, and then hear the paladins on the second time, although I said it there first. But anyway, so for the architects, for the different workers, so those are actually pretty difficult to take out as well. And those are not so bad, because they're all the same size. But for this, I felt like it was even harder to take out, because yeah, everything is like different size. So yeah, I kind of have to really take it out one by one, or if you just dig it out like this, then you might risk breaking the Viscount's flag. So there's just some things that I noticed, and I believe they could have done it better. Also for the manuscript, starting manuscript board, the L-shaped one. So I believe that also could have been sort of taken care of. Otherwise now it's pretty much just laying in some empty spot. Yeah, so I guess not too much to complain. At least we managed to fit kind of a base game and 2 expansions into one. So, and they do close pretty flush. Yeah. So yeah, And I guess that's it from me, and this is the reboxing for Viscounts of the West Kingdom. If you guys like what you see here, to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing down below. And yeah, let me know what is your favorite and possibly the best all-in-one big box or collector's edition kind of box that you've seen. Yeah, so yeah, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.